All right, y'all. We are live on YouTube too. Okay. We are live on YouTube.
Just live on everything, and I'm just not looking live.
Okay, let me see. How did I do this first thing?
Oh no, at least if you scoot back
Stay
over
over
to
here.
it, yeah. Otherwise the TV will be in the shot.
Okay. There we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
sorry,
got
it's
both.
on some cables down there.
All right. We're live on both. Here we go.
how do I scooch back down? Y'all got these fancy things.
I think there might be a little lever down.
Oh, here we are. Can you this over this way a little bit? My iPad? The iPad. Put it.
You trying to bring it down some to where it's not up in the
You trying to be more in it?
Yeah, I'm just not in it all the way. Okay, there you go. Face, turn it this way. Yeah. See if it stays. Will it stay like that? Okay. Will it stay like that? Okay, Brandi. So they get the rough footage. Facebook gets the, the real.
Oh.
They get everything else. You talking to that camera?
I talk here.
Yeah. So I'll introduce you. You are a celebrity makeup person, celebrity
Would that be the
makeup
TV?
artist,
If you get
professional.
TV.
Yes, everybody has celebrity.
Aaliyah,
Huh?
can you scoot over a little bit to your right?
Oh.
Yeah, just because the TV will be in your shot. And that looks good though.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I need to adjust the
You kind of brightness down more.
So I don't need to do nothing from my phone now.
You can. I mean, you can if you want to go live. You can just
Oh, look, I'm not a hot mess.
set it right.
Go more?
Cut the ringer off so it'll be.
One.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because I
Is that
don't know
where
how to
it
add
was
you in.
exactly?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, it looks good. It looks good.
Oh. Fancy case.
Not really. Is it gonna hold? I don't think it holds. Yeah, you can stand it straight up and lean up against the computer or that camera. All right, Brandi.
Can you see the timer still?
No, not all the way. Hold on.
Okay, I'll
Let's
give
figure
you.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
give me the
give it 5
warning.
minutes.
Yeah, give us the warning.
Thank you. Hi,
Brandi.
people. We're trying
We're
to
trying to
set
figure
this
this out.
camera. We're about to do a podcast.
Let's see.
Miss
Okay.
Brandi, is all your information up here correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's just, they're gonna just have to,
I
okay,
can
guys,
hold
I'm
it,
not gonna
too.
have a, we won't have the screen today, I mean, the thing, so you guys are gonna have to tell us. Let me just give me the 5 minutes.
Is Pure Life a sponsor?
No,
Then we don't
we're gonna
need
move
this
the
in the
microwave,
short.
we're just drinking, cause we're thirsty.
What's up, IG Live? Excuse my look. I just got from the gym. And this child is tired.
Whew, okay, here we go, we got everybody. Okay, yeah, so just tell me when, I mean, I know so. Really freaked out.
Alright, can we get a mic check?
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, mic check, mic check.
Alright, it's Brandi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
So I'll get into what we, so at the end, you gotta get some type of financial tip though.
Oh, Lord. Save your coins. Don't spend nothing.
So we'll go, I'll talk about, so we started off, I'll talk about the financial stuff we talked about last week, that I talked about last week. And then I'll introduce you,
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
and then you'll talk a little bit about, and then you'll talk about your company, like I'll mention all the stuff, and then you'll
Okay.
talk about it, and then,
Okay, you gonna start
we'll come,
again?
basically after that, it'll kind of be conversation
yeah.
off of, kind of go off whatever we talk about.
Vibe it.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll go
just
with
go out
finances and beauty is what we are talking about today.
Okay.
Figure out how to tie it in.
Okay, hold on real quick.
We'll figure it out.
Can you scoot back over to your right a little bit?
Oh, shoot.
I know. No, that chair is not.
Okay. How does that look for you? 'Cause I know you said last time you felt like you were cutting off your.
No, it's fine.
It looks
No,
good?
the TV was
Oh,
cutting it
TV
off.
was?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
what it was.
okay.
It was the TV that cut it
It's
off.
so.
All right. Ready?
Okay. Can you move the iPad? Cause I'm only half my body. There you go. Turn. There you go. Is it gonna sit up like that? Oh no, you gotta do both.
I don't know.
Can you put the
prop it
water
up?
behind this? Okay, just put the water behind it. So you can see both of us. Does that work? I don't think so. The iPad, I mean, that was working.
Excuse me.
Heavy enough to hold it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You need this anyway. Get rehydrated, Lord.
Ready?
Do you accept the different request on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tag it?
All right, 30 seconds. Yes.
Okay.
36.
It's fine. You got ready.
Girl.
Worked out with Facebook makeup today. You ran with
No,
that?
I ran into the shower real
Only
quick.
place right here.
Oh, really?
You
made it?
10 seconds.
To shower through the summer.
It doesn't.
Five,
I'm jacking my air
4,
out.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, we are back live today. I hope everyone had a great holiday. My memorial was fantastic. I was in Cancun. If you all saw any of these videos, I was gonna go live out there from the podcast, but I just didn't make it. But we are back today. Okay. So, hopefully, thank everybody for tuning in. Thanks to those who have subscribed to YouTube and Instagram and iTunes. If you haven't, please go subscribe to YouTube. It's called Money Making Moves Podcast. Go subscribe to iTunes. It's called Money Making Moves. Go and like the page on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. So last week, obviously I was solo last week, and we talked about your relationship with money, and how your relationship does not need to be a one-night stand with money, how it needs to be a long-term commitment, and how we can do that. I got some interesting, last week I got some interesting feedback on people on their relationship with money in the beginning, and how their relationship with money was, they learned it because they didn't have any in the house. They didn't have any money with their first relationship, and some others' first relationships were very interesting. So, you know, it has been funny listening to these stories about the relationship and how people equate these one-night stands to this money that comes in and goes out, okay? We don't want a one-night stand. Remember that, okay? We want a long-term commitment with your money, okay? All right. We also talked about building wealth. So when we talked about building wealth, we talked about the 10 commandments to building wealth, which part of that was discipline. One was you have to get deeply motivated, and money cannot be your motivator. If money is the only motivation that you have to build wealth, then you need to look a little deeper, because money isn't it. One of the other ones I know was being courageous, which means stepping outside of the box, having a circle, having a support system, which is important when you need to have, well, it is important when you are trying to basically level up. I talked about the circle of friends that you have, and if you are the smartest person in your circle, then you do need to change circles. You do need new friends, because if you are the smartest person, then you might be helping your friends, but they are not helping you or pushing you to level up and get where you need to go. I talked about my circle of friends is very dynamic, and how we push each other, and everybody wants to be able to retire and just, you know, sit by the waterside by the time they're 40. So that is our goal. But today, okay, so that was last week. That was a recap of last week. If you missed the show, please, please, please go and look at it on Facebook, or go to YouTube and subscribe. All the episodes are on YouTube and iTunes. But this week we have a treat for you. we have our next money maker that is here today is Brandi Holmes. You all know her. She is a makeup professional. Okay, we're not gonna call her a makeup artist. She is a makeup professional. Okay, she has done makeup for Tamia. I think she has done makeup. She has done makeup for a lot of celebrities. Let me not throw out any names before I give you a wrong name. But outside of makeup, Brandi has been doing makeup for 11 years. She started at the age of 3 painting canvases, and she started painting on herself. And that is how she got started. She has a lash line, eyelashes. She also has a skincare line. But I'm going to let her tell you about her, and then we will get into the rest of the show. So welcome to Making Money Moves, Brandi.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Let me say first, excuse my look, because I'm straight from the gym, so I had to pop on a red lip and some lashes, but typically I would be beat, really beat. But I'm giving you the natural, flawless face today.
All right. Okay, so tell us about Simply Flawless by Brandi. So we're going to put up the website for you guys if you all don't know who she is. This is her. If you've never seen her work, get on Instagram or Facebook and you will be able to see it. But I'll let her give you a little history about her before we get into this beauty industry and what it is to do it to us.
Yes, well, technically I've now been a makeup artist for 18 years.
Okay.
But Simply Flawless by Brandi started back in 2005. And it's just basically a business where I go on location to do brides. Prom season is huge. It just ended. Graduation is ending. Birthdays, eternal resting. Some people are like, how do you do dead people? But I actually love doing dead people.
We're going to get into these makeup with dead people. Oh, man.
And then from there, it just rolled into a skincare line that I developed almost 5 years ago, all natural, hand and house made. And then recently, my newest baby is the Simply Flawless. My trainer made a joke yesterday and said I need to have something called Flawless Fitness, although my fitness game is not flawless, so we're not going to do that yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's get into these. How do you do makeup on dead people? Like, what is it? I know this isn't financial yet, guys. We'll get there. But I'm so intrigued by this. So what do you do when you have to go in and you're seeing this? It's like a corpse. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you are?
Well, what's crazy is my parents are pastors, so I've been raised to really handle death because it's like a celebration when you die because you know you're going on to heaven, hopefully, God willing, if you're living right. You go on to heaven and it's like a graduation to something that's greater. So, I mean, even though naturally I mourn death when someone close to me dies, I'm very excited and happy for that person. So when the opportunity came, it was very humbling because it's like,
I would be in there just looking like, oh my gosh, like I really have to. I don't know, especially like, you know, people die and they die in these weird ways.
Yes.
The faces look a little,
yes,
I don't know.
Always,
I don't know.
It's definitely work. It's not an easy job. And because the skin is not breathing, there's different techniques that we have to do compared to when we're doing someone who is alive where they have, because they're literally hard like a rock. So it's different maneuvers and techniques that we have to do. But what I like is bringing like a life look back into them. I know when I did my aunt, when she passed, when all my family was coming, they was just like, oh my gosh, she looks like a doll. And that was the whole, I wanted to bring to, you know, because when you don't have a professional makeup artist, it's even sadder when you see, because they don't look like themselves. You're like, how, this person, I just saw them, they look, you know, alive and, you know, vibrant. So I like to bring color and I put lashes on them and contour and highlight. And all, it's the whole nine. Like, we ain't half stepping on the deck. Like, Jesus is judging this person.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Oh, my gosh, guys. You don't understand. I've been knowing her for a while, but I knew that she did it, but I just never really got into it. I really just, okay. I know, sorry. But anyway. Okay, she also has a skincare line, which she made with a vegan individual that if you haven't tried it, so I have oily skin, obviously, I don't know if we can really tell right now, but it's cool if we can. That's so great. But I do use her primer, and I also use the avocado mask, okay? I also have made my boyfriend put this mask on his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny, but I'll Facebook that one day too. But it definitely works. You can definitely feel it, and you can see it when you see the different masks. So tell me, how was it when you had to go basically into the lab? You were in the kitchen, and you all were basically making this stuff up, like the process. Because you see a lot of people see you on Instagram, and they see you traveling, they see you at these events, or they see you eating, but you don't really know, she's been in the game for 18 years now. But the work that it takes for you to get to the point where you are now.
Oh,
so tell us about the cooking in the kitchen.
Well, the whole line developed from a horrible reaction that I had from a product that I bought off of HSN. It was the eye cream. And I immediately put it on, and maybe 10 minutes after wearing it, I broke out in this rash of bumps, redness. It was itching, it was fiery. So I, for 3 days, tried to heal it with over-the-counter products, and nothing was working. So I contacted a friend of mine who is great with research and holistic healing and natural healing. And so we really just went back to earth with some aloe vera, some cucumbers, some lemon, and literally it was just a little spray we mixed up, and a day and a half later it was completely gone, as if nothing had happened. So of course my wheels started spinning, because I have been a huge advocate of skincare. My mom started training me on taking care of my skin at 5 years old. So she wanted to really get me in the routine of every single night doing something to my skin. And so now, even if I'm exhausted, traveling, tired, drinking, whatever, I have to take care of my skin that night. So we first came up with about 2 or 3 products, and now I'm up to 14 all natural products. And I think people need to realize, with of course cancer and stuff like that catching on to everybody, it's either something we're eating or something we're putting on our skin, because our skin is our largest organ. So whatever we're putting on topical is going to penetrate into our bloodstream. So once my aunt was developed cancer and passed away from it, I really started getting into more the holistic way of healing. I try not to do too many Advils and Tylenols and things of that nature, just because I'm trying to be as chemical free as possible. So the love for the skincare really came about more so after my aunt had passed away from it. So when you go on a Walmart and you're getting products off the shelf, you have to be mindful that that product may say, it has 50% active ingredient, but you don't know if by the time you get the product, if that active ingredient is still at 50%. We don't know how long it's been on the shelf. We don't know if it's freshly pulled from the back, if it just got delivered, whatever the case may be. So by the time you may actually be taking it home, you're actually probably putting a lot of the chemical-based products onto your skin, which is, in result, is really not going to do much. So when you have something that's natural, and especially my product, because it is handmade and it's made with love, we're putting absolutely 100% natural ingredients that are made to restore, rejuvenate, and heal the skin.
Okay.
So, and it's working. I mean, I have yet to have a bad review where it doesn't work for anybody.
So for those that I just showed the website. If you are looking for, I know a lot of people have changed their lifestyle after What the Health, but a lot of people started changing before, but after What the Health, people really saw, the way things are processed, things that come in it. I know I still love McDonald's even after What the Health.
Oh, how, girl?
That is just, I'm just very loyal to this quarter pounder with cheese.
Help her, Jesus.
I just haven't let it go yet. But, but the difference is, I can tell now, one thing I will admit to is that when the beginning of the year I go vegan for the month of January, there is a difference that I can tell with my skin. There's a difference with my body. There's a difference in my energy level when I am straight vegan versus, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Grace's, some of these places I love. But there is a difference. So, it is a tell to her. I know someone personally that is using her skincare line, and they swear by it, the entire line. They were using, I think, a couple other products, maybe from Sephora somewhere before, but they do swear by her line because it has helped them and calms their skin. It has done a lot of things. So,
And the key with any skincare line, of course, I would suggest mine, is consistency.
right.
So it literally is every single day of your life. It's not skipping a day. It's definitely a routine. A lot of people want to have a system that consists of like 2 things, and that's just not possible.
Mhm.
My full line is 7 steps, and even though it may sound like a lot, each step is enjoyable. And when you start seeing the results, you know, you want to keep using it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So tell us about how did this lash line come about before you do that. So I know that Instagram makes everybody, you know, every entrepreneur, everybody feel like they can be an entrepreneur with every business. Everybody thinks that they can be a makeup artist. Everybody thinks they can do brows and they can contour. Let me tell you something. That is not true.
No.
If these people are really your friends, they will tell you to go find another profession, okay?
Yeah.
But they are not. That's how I really feel about it. They are not. But so tell me one of the myths that people think about makeup or being a makeup artist. What is something that you hear or that people have said, oh, well, I could do that when they think about makeup because maybe they do it on themselves?
Yeah, I really think people now they're seeing the trend with makeup. I definitely give props to social media because they have made this makeup game really blow up because everybody wants their selfies lit and when they go out. And I will say, when I'm dressed, if I don't have makeup on, I don't feel complete. I feel like makeup does just bring everything together and you just have a really polished, finished look. But just because you can do your face don't mean you can do masses of people.
Right.
And to be honest, I didn't know that I was going to be a makeup artist. Mac hired me on at 19 just for me continually shopping with them. They just asked if I wanted a job. And God literally put this makeup game in my path because I was going to school to be a broadcaster. I thought I was going to be reporting the news and doing that whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
things
but
change.
it totally
Things
changed.
change.
So that first year after being at Mac, I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do because it was kind of like my ministry. I love empowering women. I love being empowered by women.
Right.
I love talking to women, getting advice, the whole 9. So this was definitely something that was going to work for me. Now, as far as it becoming a full-time gig and me being an entrepreneur, again, that was nothing that I thought I was going to do. I didn't know the first step of owning my business, developing a business, the steps of being a business, how you start. I mean, I literally jumped and made the parachute on my way down. Like,
Right.
seriously. I was 26 when I quit Mac and all my other jobs, because at one point I had 4 jobs. And I contacted a photographer and I just said, hey, you know, if you need a full-time makeup artist, I'm now available. Got with him, and his name, Dr. Tidwell, rest in peace. And then my business just started growing from there. But I mean, even now, after 18 years of doing the art, I still struggle with being an entrepreneur because it is one of those things where it's feast or it's famine. But it's my passion, it's my desire, so I stay in it. So if you're trying to get into this game of makeup or skincare or, you know, microblading is really big now. Everybody think they can just do microblading. It's something that you have to have a real sincere, strong, deep down, gut-wrenching love for. It needs to wake you up in the morning and put you, because you're not going to make it. In Instagram, we make it look easy. You know, we'll post the pictures and we'll post this and it seems like it's just an easy game to get into. But building your kit alone is not easy. Like the struggle of building, and I just thank God that I was at Mac because they gave us, you know, the certain amount of money that we could use to build our kit. But if I had to step into this game right now and I wanted to use quality products that I knew was going to photograph well and different lighting and things like that, which is something that a lot of these new makeup artists is not taking into account, that's a huge investment. Like my kit is insured because if that thing goes down, it's like my arms are going down. So it's not easy.
And we talked about insurance one week with Kyra to have your products insured, to have you as the CEO basically insured. We did talk about that. So it is good that she has her products and things insured. Obviously, with her being an entrepreneur, she knows the struggle when it comes to these taxes.
Oh, Jesus. God.
But, you know, one thing that will help her next year, I mean, sorry to say this, but it's Trump. You know, Trump definitely helped the small business owners. If you need to know how, you can contact me if you don't already, and then I kind of explain some things to you. But he did help her a little bit, which she'll find out when she goes to file her taxes or do a forecast. or
That's
something
one
of the
good
kind
thing
next
I
year.
can apply them for.
But okay, so what is so we got it. She does skincare. She has lashes. She also has lipsticks
Mm-hmm.
and lip gloss. She has powders.
Yeah. And
So-
that's all my old stuff. So my first step was cosmetics.
Okay.
I stepped into the cosmetic world and had the full line with the powders and the palettes and
Mhm.
lips and the whole nine. And then when that happened, where I had that horrible breakout, my money transitioned into building the skincare.
Okay.
So then the cosmetic line kind of fell off, which is
Okay.
another thing with entrepreneurship. Sometimes you can't fund all of your
Mhm.
trinkets that
You
you know
cannot.
you want to sell and offer. So since skincare was really something that because the first step to makeup is skincare. A lot of people think foundation, primer, that whole thing. The better your skin looks, the better your makeup's going to wear. So I had to put all of my finances into building the skincare brand. So my cosmetic line is kind of trickled off, but I am definitely going to bring that back.
Okay.
But the lash line actually came about this past year,
Mhm.
and I have been thinking about it because I've always worn lashes, and if y'all follow me on Instagram, I always wear really big lashes. Like
Yes.
I'm like drag my lashes out.
Very dramatic.
Very
If you
dramatic, like touch my
dramatic.
eyebrows type lashes. So when I was looking at all the different lines that were popping up with lashes, I mean, they're beautiful mink lashes, but none of them was really drama. And I feel like if you're wearing a smoky eye, when you put on kind of a traditional regular lash, you don't really get the full effect. It kind of
Mhm.
disappears because there's so much darkness around the eyes.
Right.
So when I created my line, I wanted my line to be for girls that love the drama of lashes. So
Mhm.
I have 2 natural lashes because I didn't want to leave my natural girls out, but mainly everything is like super huge and big and dramatic. And a girlfriend of mine, Keisha, she actually confirmed that I needed a lash line because I've been thinking about it for a couple of years, and she just out of the blue texted me. She said, "Have you ever thought about starting a lash line?" So Simply Flaw Lash.
Yes,
It's
good,
here.
Good job, Keisha.
Yeah.
Wait to bring it to the forefront,
Yeah,
Keisha.
like you were saying, friends that push you to be great and have more and things like that. She's definitely that girl.
Yeah, that means her circle of friends is really good.
Yes.
Okay, that her circle, and this feature hubby that she has.
Yes.
She also has a brand and Bowie brand. I think it's
Mhm.
brand and Bowie brand. Would you like to talk about brand and Bowie?
Sure. So my future husband, his name is Don, and he is a chef, professional chef.
Mhm.
So what's crazy, when you have a creative brain, which we both have a creative brain, when the two of you mix, stuff just starts to come together and explode. And we recently started the Bowie brand, and it's basically a private culinary experience where if you're somebody that wants to host an event in your home, we will come in, he'll prepare all of the meals, I'll do all of the decor, as well as host your party.
Mhm.
So one that we recently did, it was for a birthday party, and we did an icebreaker game at the beginning, and we had the servers and the bartender and the whole nine. It's just really, really nice private thing, instead of getting out and going to a restaurant and, you know, being on a time limit with your table and things like that. And then Don comes in and he creates a personalized menu for the party. So
Okay.
the Bowie brand is that. We're doing a trip to Dominican Republic, August 23rd to the 26th, which if you're following me on Instagram, you can get on that. And that's for everybody. That's not just for couples, it's for singles as well. And that's also going to be another culinary experience, but in Dominican. So he'll be preparing all of the meals. All of the meals will be included in the price.
Okay.
And then you kind of get to learn a little bit about the Bowie brand, about Don as a chef. And then he has a burger spot opening up. So that's, even though it's his, now that we're about to be one, it's mine.
It's ours.
Okay. So, and that spot is going to be called Bread and Butter. And it's going to be in Third Ward, which is where he's from. So he wanted to put back businesses in his community.
Makes sense, which makes
It's
sense.
going to be right next to D-Bar on Emancipation. So, and it's going to be like a boutique burger spot. So he'll have breakfast, lunch, and he's going to do some really cool breakfast burgers,
do
like waffle burgers and things
vegan
like that.
food
He
in
definitely
there.
is going
It's
to
gonna
have some vegan
food.
options. He's actually working on doing a vegan brunch right now,
Oh, that's
somewhere
good.
in Third Ward again. Because we did just have a vegan
30
challenge.
days
I didn't do that
vegan
well. I cheated just a little bit, but we found some things that we really like that are vegan dishes that really taste like you're eating meat, or you have, you know, the flavor of meat. So we definitely going to incorporate some of those in our daily, you know, habits of eating.
If you guys have not had, if you are in Houston, I know us other people that are in other states, you guys, you know, you won't be able to have this food until you come down here to visit.
Yes.
But if you have not had Chef Bowie's food, okay? When I tell you it is fantastic, and I'm not just saying that because she's sitting here. We used to go to where the bar where he worked just to eat.
Yeah.
He has probably, I did, my company, Calvert's Weddings and Events, did a love brunch for Brandi.
Yes.
During, was it February?
It was October. Yeah. It was October. Because it was the birthday, it was around my birthday.
Sometime.
October 21st.
We did a love brunch, and he did all the food. So he probably hands down I've had one of the best lamb chops since I've been here.
My favorite. Yes.
They are fantastic. I mean, like,
the jerk lamb chops.
they are
everything.
great. The only other ones that have been that were like that were ones that were in Dubai. And we cannot get to Dubai on the runway to get lamb chops. So that is it. But okay. So, but yes, if you have not, I didn't know that there was a private dining experience, which is great because I actually have, we'll talk after the show, because I actually have a client that is looking for somebody to be able to come in and do some food for a 50th birthday party.
Yeah.
So that it actually works itself out. But anyway, let's get back on subject. Okay, so so let's get into, you know, beauty and finances. So as I was doing some research about the beauty industry has like really taken over when it comes to, people are really now probably investing in themselves, good or bad. People are really investing in themselves when it comes to makeup, when it comes to skincare, when it comes to working out. You know, people are, you know, getting some type of injections in different places. That's neither here nor there. But the beauty industry is really taking over. I know at one point I had looked into it just to be able to do waxes, just because I talked to my wax lady. She was like, oh, you know, my check is like, the lowest check she had was like $2,900 every 2 weeks. And I was like, well, let me look into this thing. But anyway, I didn't. Don't worry. I'm not starting another business that has anything to do with waxing. But what I'm saying is the beauty industry is definitely taking over. So it is, so tell me since so much has changed with the beauty industry, what have you seen what is one thing that you would say needs to stay? And then what is one thing that you have seen that needs to go?
Well, what needs to stay back, of course, is skincare. I think what needs to go is the heavy beat. Like, so I'm all about a beat, don't get me wrong. I love being beat, but there are some people who are overdoing the foundation, contouring, highlighting part. So if you're on Instagram or any type of social media and you see the videos where it almost looks like war paint, where everything is with cream or liquid products, in real life, when you step out, especially in this Houston heat, that does not really work. Like, you're going to end up melting away. Your makeup is not going to stay put. I don't care how many sprays of a setting spray you do, it's just not really possible to have all of that topically on your face and then it stay, you know, in place. So I think now that we're moving into summertime, that lighten it up is going to be the way to go. So of course, the better the skin, the less you have to wear. I also think what's going is spending a lot of money on products because the competition is getting stiff. Like, you know, NYX is like doing the damn thing when it comes to lipsticks and things like that, and LA Girl is stepping up, and Nicki K, like the beauty brands, like just in your regular beauty supply, is really starting to serve some high pigmented products. So, you know, gone are the days of really having to spend a lot of money on shadows and things like that. Now, if you even pay attention, when I was at MAC never had a sale. You never had 40% off. You never got a free item. You never did. But now they have all kind of sales and free items, and that's because the competition is getting really stiff. And there's only 7 manufacturers that make all of this makeup. So whoever's making Maybelline can be making Giorgio Armani as well. So it's just labels and things like that. So I think, you know, we need to kind of lighten it up on our looks and do away with the heavy looks. But don't judge me when I beat my face, because I'm still gonna beat me, just occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yes.
Lies. Lies. Every day. Okay. So we are about to wrap up. So give us one financial tip. Well, no, before we get into that. Okay. Give us, so because you have a skincare line, you also do makeup. Give one tip for women or men that have very dry faces. And then give one tip for men and women that have very oily skin, because I know that it's not just women that have, skin issues or skin problems. Men also have this when it comes to their beards, when it comes to bumps or whatever. So give us one tip for dry, like what you can do from your products, or just what they can do, period, to help with dry skin.
If you were dry, I would definitely suggest using my sugar scrub from my line.
Okay.
It also has honey in it, and honey is a natural humectant, so it pulls moisture to you.
Okay.
And also using the Simply Hydrate Moisturizer, which was created for dry skin, which is what I am. I am dry skin. And you want to do your scrub once a week, and you want to hydrate morning and night.
Okay.
Now, if you're oily skin, for all my oily skin ladies, this is probably going to scare you. You want to cleanse with an oil cleanser. And a lot of people get that confused, like, I'm already oily, why do I want to put this additional oil on my skin? But if you go back to the law of chemistry, only an oil will break down an oil.
Right.
So a lot of times we're trying to use foams and things like that, which is stripping the oil. But what's happening is we're also stripping out the natural nutrients in our skin that we need. So then our skin tends to try to overwork to produce those nutrients, and that's then when you start breaking out and all those type of things. So if you use an oil cleanser, I have an oil cleanser in my line, and I also have it in a balm formulation, which is what you can wipe off. That is going to start giving balance to your oils. Oily skin people, you will never not be oily. It's something that forms underneath the skin. That's just the way God created you. It is actually a blessing, because when you're old, you're going to look young.
Yes, oily skin
but
people.
what you can do is
go.
control it to where you don't get as oily as if you're not using something. So I would definitely use the oil cleanser and then top it off with the matte moisturizer.
All right. Oil, break down oil.
Oil breaks down oil.
Did not know. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are, give us one financial, well, I'll give a financial tip, Dave, a tip for skin. So your financial tip would be, for those, so I am also a travel agent, for those that did not know. And I get a lot of questions about traveling. You travel a lot, this and that. When I tell you that all my traveling is on layaway, you have to be able to plan, but all my travel really is on layaway. Everything is a deposit, and then I pay for it every payment, or every time I get paid, or every 2 weeks or once a month, until it's paid off, because most of the time it has to be paid off 45 days before you leave. So what my tip will be today is about planning. If you want to take a trip, if you know you want to go somewhere, if you know you want to do this, or you know you want to go there. I'm trying to go to Bali. I'm also trying to go, we also going to Thailand. We're doing Bali. We'll probably do the Maldives. A lot of that will be putting a deposit down for the two of us, and then we are just paying on it as we go, and we paid off before we go. So for those that think you need all the money at the same time, that's not the case. So my tip will be to plan, to make sure you have a plan and to pre-plan. So if you need to, so you have enough time, if money goes somewhere else, then you'll be able to maneuver and put it here. Even if it's $10 you put on there, you're still putting something on there so that it is paid off. But thank you, Brandi, for coming in to Making Money Moves today, to give us a little bit about you. And you can check her website for any tips, or, well, not any
Flawless
tips.
by Brandi.
You can check her website. You can check her Instagram.
Get some products, some
Yeah.
lashes. I got a wedding to pay for, people. Come on.
Lashes, skincare. If you need, she also does makeup classes. Sorry, guys, she does makeup classes
Yes,
on
I have
weekends.
one coming up June 10th.
June 10th, she has
Yes.
makeup classes. She does
That'll be
eyes,
nice.
eyebrows and eyes on one. She does foundation, contour, I think, on
No,
another.
I don't know that yet.
She also does, you can also Skype her to do a makeup, Skype or FaceTime for makeup as well. I'll make sure to throw that in there for you guys. Also, please go to Calvert's Tax Service if you all need any financial, anything. We are here to help you. Go to YouTube to subscribe to our pages. And we are out. Peace.
That was
Okay.
Was that
Thank
enough
you,
time?
Karen.
That was 30 minutes?
That was it.
Whew, that went by quick.
That was 30 minutes. Hey, y'all.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
Thanks for tuning in today.
Okay.
Touche, I'm gonna call you so you can come on. Okay. I know
you.
you. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm gonna call you. Okay. All right.
I can just pull it up right here, and then you can see all the episodes.
I think I missed a lot of y'all questions, but if you do have a question, please just DM me and I will